Biden is doing that could potentially shake every American to their core. And in just a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and reveal to you guys an insider scoop that's been kept under wraps. And this isn't your everyday news, guys. This kind of news, this kind of critical information, it could easily change the way that you see this entire situation. So trust me, guys, you're going to want to stick around for this bombshell information. And so President Biden, he's been hinting at the possibility of war, and it's causing quite a stir. In fact, it seems like we're pretty much scraping the bottom of the barrel when it comes to funding. And guys, it's not looking good. Now, with the United States entangled with multiple conflicts across the globe, and of course, now with whispers of terrorism threats getting louder ever since we headed into the holiday season, just kind of feels like, we're being herded toward a grim future, if you know what I mean. Now, here's the lowdown. So if we don't start funneling billions of dollars into the Ukraine very soon, there's a real chance that our own troops could be hitting the front lines. And I don't know if you're a fan of that or not, but a lot of people are not a fan of that. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and break down to you guys exactly what this means and why it's causing sleepless nights for a lot of people. In fact, but more importantly, I'm going to be sharing some critical insights that could literally shift your entire perspective on this whole situation. So, I know you might be feeling a little bit anxious. A lot of people are angry right now, or maybe just plain old confused about this whole ordeal. And this is exactly why I'm here. This is exactly why I'm doing this video right now. And by the way, we are live. If you're able to see and hear me okay, please just, drop me a quick message down below. Let me know you're able to see and hear me. Anyway, appreciate you guys tuning in. I want to go ahead and peel back some of the layers on these developments, giving you guys the unfiltered truth, because there's not a lot of that going on around here, and the political posturing. And, and I want to kind of like, by sharing the truth, I think we can get rid of a lot of this fear mongering, if you know what I mean, right? So anyway, if you appreciate the news, if you appreciate the updates, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on all notifications. You guys are not going to want to miss the exclusive information that I'm about to drop for you guys. Now, let's go ahead and roll up our sleeves and try to get into the nitty gritty of, what's really going on here. So anyway, let's talk about something that's been buzzing around lately, and it's not the good kind of buzz. So President Joe Biden recently stirred the pot big time with talks about the possibility of war. Now, and you heard that right. Yes, the possibility of war. Now, apparently our piggy bank is running on empty, and it's got a lot of people worried. If you happen to be on fixed income, Social Security, SSI, SSDI, you guys are already feeling the pain, right? But even beyond that, especially with the U.S. being tied up in all sorts of conflicts all over the world, all over the globe. I mean, I want you guys to think about this. Think Ukraine, think Russia, think Taiwan, think China, think the whole Israel, Palestine, Hamas war situation, Iran. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And, now with Christmas right around, just having just passed us, and with the New Year's Eve, literally in like, New Year's Eve will be here in like 8 hours, if my math is correct. I mean, based on Eastern time. So New Year's Eve will be here in about 8 hours, right? And then of course, there's going to be celebration. Well, the FBI is dropping some heavy news on us, a potential increase in terrorism. Now, it's like a bad movie plot, but unfortunately, this is the real deal. This is real life. And the message is pretty clear. Basically, if we don't cough up the cash, America may be heading straight into the eye of a storm. So here's the deal. So President Biden, he's basically saying, hey, if we don't keep funding the Ukraine, we might end up sending our own boys and girls to do the dirty work, basically. Clearly, I'm paraphrasing, but and trust me, guys, like when I say this is, this isn't just me spinning some yarn here. I mean, like, this is really happening. And there's some pretty compelling footage and video that really backs it up. Now, I know what you guys are probably thinking, like, how does this even make sense, right? Underground West, thank you for tuning in, and I love keeping you guys updated, no doubt. Michael Gardner, I see you in the comments. Hit me up in the comments, guys. Let me know where you guys are watching from. I'd love to hear from you guys. So, but anyway, so the big idea here is if America doesn't keep basically, if America doesn't keep its wallet open for the Ukraine, then Putin's basically sitting on, he's sitting all cozy in the Kremlin, and that might actually help him to get the upper hand. And of course, nobody wants that unless you're China. Maybe China would want that, but I don't really know. But anyway, so at the same time, though, is sending our troops to the Ukraine the answer? This is a question from me to you guys. Do you think that sending our U.S. troops, boots on the ground, our men and women over to the Ukraine is the answer? I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just asking a question. So, and it's a heavy question. It's a heavy question, but I want you guys to think about it. But here's the kicker. The FBI's recent announcement is kind of like a cherry on top, on top of a sundae, right? So basically they're saying, hey, be on the lookout for more threats as the holidays approach. Great. Just what we need. So we just got through Christmas. I told you about the New York City synagogue that, had some crazy guy out front firing off a shotgun who ultimately got arrested. Kathy Hochul, governor of New York, ended up speaking on that one. And that actually took place while I was in New York. It's kind of wild. Anyway, but yeah, this is exactly what we need, and then of course we got New Year's Eve, basically tomorrow. Yeah. So real quick, I see a lot of you guys in the comments. We got Wild Bill. Florida is cold. That's not something you hear often. Michelle Barrington, Tennessee here. What's going on, Michelle? I see you. We got Adrian Garibay, or Garibay, sorry, Hawthorne, California. We got Bill Me Later, Lorton, VA. I see you guys. We got Gracie Hot Stuff from New Jersey. I appreciate you guys. But so Department of Homeland Security and the National Counterterrorism, they're basically singing the same tune, and it's not very jolly. That was my attempt at humor, being the holiday season, jolly. Anyway, all right, I know it was corny, whatever. So, but you know what? It's all lining up just a little bit too perfectly. And it's like the government's way of nudging us and basically saying, see, I told you so, and now we should just cough up the money. You see what I'm saying? Now, a lot of you guys refer to these types of activities as false flags. There's a warning, and then maybe something spontaneously happens, and then that spontaneous thing that happens supports their argument, and now it's like, oh, okay, please help us. Oh, powerful government, right? Anyway, so yeah, just think about the impeccable timing of the fact that the election time is right around the corner. All right. But hold your horses, guys, because there's a lot more I want to share with you guys. So, across the pond, you got the European Union's getting very similar warnings about terrorist risks, just like we are. Do you guys think this is a coincidence, or is it more than a coincidence? By the way, we got 207 people in the live. That is awesome. If you guys could drop me a like, I would really appreciate it. I want to get more of this information out to more people who have yet to hear about this and who need to hear about this. It's all about being informed and just sharing the truth on what's going on. I appreciate the community, guys. I really do. So anyway, but if this is a coincidence, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I'm gonna let you guys be the judge on that one, right? But it's kind of like, trying to paint this picture of a world that's under siege, and we're just supposed to nod along and just kind of open up our wallets. Now, here's something that you want. Russia, they got NATO countries breathing down their neck. You guys know Finland just recently joined NATO, right? And there's a couple other countries actually in that general region that also want to join NATO, but they're kind of on hold right now. But anyway, so, aside from, these different NATO countries that are breathing down Russia's neck, Biden's kind of like, if they sneeze wrong, we're going to jump in. So that's, I'm gonna just leave that right there. But then of course you got Putin saying that he wants nothing to do with a tussle, with NATO. He wants to keep it peaceful, kind of like peaceful in the middle of a war with the Ukraine. I don't really know how that works out. But anyway, so what's the real story here? Like, are we being lied to? Are we being led down a garden path to just kind of justify more spending on wars that we've, meanwhile, we got plenty of other messes to clean up right here at home, right? We got inflation still high, though it's coming down. We got high prices because, again, inflation coming down doesn't mean that prices go down. It just means that the rate that prices increase decreases, right? But it doesn't mean that the prices actually go down. Social Security is at risk of insolvency. I mean, there's a lot of things going on here at home, right? But let's be real, guys. It's not just about foreign policy. It's about where our priorities lie. And with everything from inflation biting at our heels to Social Security, we got healthcare on the chopping block. I mean, it just kind of feels like we're being pulled in a multitude of different directions, and none of them feel particularly good, if you ask me. And I was reading an article about how many people who make over $106,000 a year who are living paycheck to paycheck. So if you're one of these Americans who are making less than $106,000 a year, how are you making it? You know what I mean? Like, if people making $106,000 or more are feeling like they're living paycheck to paycheck, it's like most people don't make $106,000 a year. So how are they getting by? Anyway, so what's the game plan here? Is the Biden administration just kind of playing chicken with our future, using fear tactics, or just trying to keep this war machine churning? Because let's be honest with you. Let's be honest, guys. There's a lot of money made when wars are going on. There's a lot of money to be made from wars, and I don't think I have to tell you guys that. I think you guys already realize that. I mean, just think about how much money is being made from wars right now, and think because they always say follow the money, right? Think of who is making money off of the wars, and just think about how many wars and different, readiness preparation we've been engaged in recently, and who's making that money, right? So, you got to pay attention to these different fear tactics that they're using to kind of keep the war churning, this war machine churning, right? Or are these genuine concerns that we need to be addressing head on? Like, I don't want to blow anything off. Maybe some things are legitimate that need to be addressed immediately, right? But it's a tough call. And honestly, it's got a lot of people scratching our heads, me being one of them. Now, that's why I'm here, though. I just want to bring you guys the lowdown on what's shaking up the world, right? Because at the end of the day, it's not just about making sense of the chaos. It's about being informed, staying sharp, preparing, whether that's, arming yourselves, making sure you have a thick emergency fund that can carry your family over financially for long periods of time. Generators, I mean, like extra food, extra water, water filtration, batteries, flashlights. I'm just saying, some people have multiple homes that they could go to, maybe a bunker, now not all of these preparation strategies are accessible to everyone, but we need to be aware. And, again, it's just about being informed. It's about staying sharp and understanding the moves being made on the chessboard of global politics, right? So what do you guys think? Is it all talk? Is all this talk of war and terrorism just kind of smoke and mirrors, or is there really a fire that's burning beneath the surface? So, I just want to hear what you guys think on that one. So TX River Prepper says, welcome to New America, folks. Interesting. So Bertha Sims says, how about $24,000 per year? Bertha Sims, $24,000 a year for what? Are you talking about Social Security? Are you talking about something else? What's up? What's up, Catalia? What is going on? We got George Carl. He says, right, and remember, people, there's money in war, but sometimes there's even more money post-war. That's a good point, man. Very good point. But yeah, so anyway, drop your comments down below. I know that this is not necessarily the kind of conversation that people want to hear about, but it's our reality right now. And if you haven't already, definitely do me a solid one, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate that, guys. But I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out, and I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. You guys take care and be safe.